Know how I know that the RadRunner models are popular? Well, it's because Rad Power Bikes has 3 models to choose from, and today we're diving into the Rad Power Bikes RadRunner Plus. In this video, expect a full walk around, a comparison to the base model. I'll throw my son on the back and we'll see how it does up our hill climb test, and then I'll wrap things up with the pros and cons. But first, let's take a closer look. If you're new to e-bikes or new to Rad Power Bikes, they have been around since 2007, and the new RadRunner Plus is the middle child of their refreshed utility lineup, sitting in between the RadRunner and the RadRunner Max. We've reviewed every Rad Power Bike, so be sure to check out some of our other reviews if you're having trouble making your decision. And while the company has been around since 2007, one of their most recent initiatives has been expanding their bike network. So there's a chance that you might be able to see some of their models near where you live. And by the way, Rad Power Bikes has a 2-year warranty. The RadRunner Plus retails for $17.99, though prices can fluctuate. So be sure to check the link in the description for any recent promotions and deals. Want to support eBike Escape? Simply use our link down in the description before you buy, or scan the QR code on your screen. It helps make reviews like this one possible, so thanks. I know a lot of you want to know what differentiates the RadRunner Plus compared to the base level RadRunner. Well, 3 distinct differences. First is going to be the front suspension fork. This comes from EX Show. It has dual preload adjustment knobs and offers 65 millimeters of travel. Next is going to be, this one has gears, 7 to be exact, thumb shifter on the handlebars, and a derailleur in the rear. That's compared to a single speed on the standard RadRunner. So if you do lots of hill climbing, like to shift gears, you might want to go this route. And the third thing is going to be right here. It comes with the passenger package. What does that include? Well, you get a rear seat, foldable pegs, and the wheel guard comes pre-installed. So if you plan to haul passengers anyway, you might want to go with the Plus. It's a step-through frame design, 15 inches right here. The bike fits riders 4'11" up to 6'2". And one of the things you won't see on other utility e-bikes is the design of the saddle, particularly with the passenger package. It goes all the way down, say you want a more moped style feel, but my preference is to get full leg extension, so you can raise this seat up if you want. I'm 6 feet tall with a 32-inch inseam, and my wife is 5'5". She fits just fine too. The bike weighs in at 75 pounds. You can lower that to 65 pounds by removing the battery. Max payload capacity is 350 pounds, max rider weight is 275, and the rear rack capacity is 120 pounds. With that, let's dive into the rest of the components. For brakes, we have Gemma hydraulic disc brakes. Those are paired with 180 millimeter rotors. The tires come from Kenda. They're specifically made for Rad Power Bikes. 20 inches by 3.3 inches wide, kind of a mixed terrain tread. They also have a reflective sidewall. It's a bolt-on front axle. You get plastic fenders front and full coverage in the rear. When you turn the bike on, the front lights automatically turn on, and there's a flashing mode, or you can have it solid, 100 lumens on the front light. And the rear light is built right into the fender and is brake actuated. On the head tube, we have a 4-bolt pattern for mounting Rad Power Bikes accessories. Highly recommend any of their front baskets. My personal favorite though is the large basket with the large roll top bag. We have a nice cable management, BMX style handlebars. Adjust them forward or back depending on your preference. On the handlebars, we have matching Gemma hydraulic disc brakes with motor cutoffs, locking ergonomic grips, a left mounted bell, and Shimano's 7-speed thumb shifter. Tons of room on the handlebars for mounting accessories like the best cell phone holder on the market. Available at shop.ebikeescape.com. Moving to the display, power button on top. In the top left-hand corner, we have the light indicator. They automatically turn on. Hold it if you want flashing. Hold it again, it will go to solid, and hold it one more time and you can turn the lights off. Battery capacity in the top, estimated range next to that, speed front and center, pedal assist levels on the bottom, pedal assist off, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can see the estimated range changed. To engage walk mode, hold pedal assist down. There's a bottom button that will give you additional information. Over to trip time, trip distance, and odometer, and back to the main screen. If you hold the bottom button for longer, you'll get into the advanced settings. You can reset your trip, change the units, screen brightness. There's a security menu. This allows you to set a passcode if you'd like. Now that I have a passcode, I can lock the screen. We'll do that. There's also a guest passcode. So now turning on the bike, it's going to prompt me for the password. Now I'm in. Rounding out the settings, you have service. This is going to give you service reminders. And finally, info. At the bottom of the screen is a USB-C port for charging your device. And that is it for the left-hand mounted LCD display. On the nice step-through frame, you have 2 sets of mounting points, say for a bottle cage, or if you need additional storage, Rad Power Bikes center console. Note that does change the standover height though. Next, the custom Rad Power Bikes moped style seat. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the first person riding footage. You get plastic pedals. The controller is located beneath the frame, protected on the underside with this plastic cover. And behind the seat tube is the battery. I got 4 keys with mine. The battery is currently in its on position with the keys all the way turned to the right. Turning it to the left once will not allow you to turn the bike on, and you can remove the keys and can't remove the battery. But if you want to remove the battery, push in and turn all the way to the left, remove the keys, grab with both hands and pull up. This is a 48 volt, 13 amp hour battery. It's using Rad Power Bikes Safe Shield technology. What that means is the battery is potted. So in the unlikely event of a fire, it should help prevent the fire from moving from one cell to the next. The battery is also UL2271 certified. The entire bike's electronics are UL2849 certified. And the bike is IPX6 rated. And if that's not enough for your peace of mind, maybe you need a battery bag, great for travel. This is our roll top style. It's waterproof and flame resistant. Simply bring the ends together and you have a nice handle. Also rack mountable. Or if you prefer, we have this style. This one also rack mountable, has some bungee straps, reflective accents, also allows you to mount it to a rear rack. Nice handle as well. And at the ends, Velcro access points, say you want to charge the battery while it's in the bag. These accessories and more available at shop.ebikeescape.com. Thank you so much for your support. The battery has a battery indicator, pushing this button right here, charger port right here, and check this out, fuses can be accessed right there. The battery can be charged up with the included 2 amp charger. You also get an owner's manual, quick start guide, some tools, and yes, some reflectors as well. To put the battery back in, simply line it up and push down. And if you're ready to ride, make sure you turn the key all the way to the right and then you can remove it. Now the bike will power on. There's a rear mounted kickstand, no double-legged kickstand on this one. And there's a ton of space here. You might be wondering why. Well, the new RadRunners are compatible with dual batteries right from Rad Power Bikes. That allows you to double your range. Now we have the seat pad installed here, but this is compatible with a ton of accessories. You can get passenger bars, you can put a rear basket in the rear, maybe you have smaller kids, the Thule seats are compatible. There's just tons of options to make this bike have more utility. It's a 750 watt motor with 60 Newton meters of torque, and it is engaged with a Cadence sensor in the rear, 7 speeds, 11 to 34 teeth. The derailleur is Shimano Altus. There's a chainstay protector, and the front chainring is 52 teeth, dual-sided. And the RadRunner Plus is a Class 2 electric bike. With that, let's get into some first-person riding footage. I'll walk you through all the pedal assist levels, and of course, we'll take it up our large hill climb test. Let's get started. Part of the allure of this bike is being able to have cargo in the rear. If you're buying this bike, maybe you're putting a little one in the back or at least some cargo. Our first test will be throttle only. Just a note, in pedal assist level 0, pedal assist turned off, you still have access to the throttle, something to keep in mind. And this is strictly a Class 2 electric bike with a top speed of 20 miles per hour, whether I'm just using the throttle or pedal assist. All right, here we go. You holding on to me, Lenny? All right, 3, 2, 1, throttle only. It's a nice gentle start, but then it does ramp in the power. 15, 16, and there is 20 miles per hour. Remember, you have a twist grip throttle on the RadRunner. That's something that's becoming a little bit more of a rare item. All right, now let's jump into all the pedal assist levels. I'm going to shift all the way down into first gear. Now this bike does use a Cadence sensor. What that means is as long as I'm spinning my legs, as long as the bike can sense that I'm pedaling, I'm going to get power from the motor. How much? Well, that's going to depend on the pedal assist level. So we'll start in pedal assist level 1, and here we go. About a quarter turn for the Cadence sensor to engage. I'm going to shift up into third gear here. What I have always appreciated about Rad Power Bikes is their pedal assist is just very accessible. It's not one of those bikes that you go in pedal assist level 1 and it just rockets you up to 9 miles per hour. It's a nice, smooth power delivery, even though it is a Cadence sensor. And I actually could shift up to fourth gear here. Pedal assist level 1, just nice and easy, cruising at 10 miles an hour. Continuing to just get a little power from that motor. All right, let's go into pedal assist level 2. I don't feel a huge difference there. Cruising at about 12 miles an hour. And nice and easy, just keeping the legs moving. Shift up to fifth gear. All right, let's go to pedal assist level 3. Can feel a little bit more there, and that's reflected in the speed, 14 or 15 miles an hour. We also have a good bit of wind against us. So again, just minor increments between all these pedal assist levels. Let's go into fourth level of pedal assist. And all right, we're going to, if not hit the 20 mile per hour mark, we're going to get close. I'm going to shift up to sixth gear, that's of 7. And just cruising, 18 miles an hour. Display is reading 19. Pedal assist level 5, that's going to take us to 20 miles per hour. And it looks like the GPS is just lagging a little bit. There's 20. Now, of course, if you want more acceleration from a stop, you can just start in pedal assist level 5. And again, similar to the throttle, starts off a little bit gentle and then ramps in the power, and you can get to 20 miles per hour quite easily. All right, I'm going to be careful with these brakes, but I'm going to test it out at this fire hydrant here. All right, how'd that feel, Lenny?
That feels very gentle.
Yeah, pretty gentle. Even with these hydraulic disc brakes, it seems once you put hydraulic disc brakes, of course there's minor differences, but once you have hydraulic disc brakes on the bike, you get plenty of stopping power for most of the recreational riding that people are doing. I want to talk a little bit about comfort before we get to the hill climb test. So first off, I love these BMX style handlebars. You can see I have our cell phone mount available at shop.ebikeescape.com. Mounted in the front here. There's just so much room for accessories, but not only that, it just puts me in a really comfortable, more upright riding position. You can bring them out, you can bring them closer to you. The ergonomic grips feel nice as well. I will say the seat is a bit firm, and because it's unique shape, being able to kind of lower down and then be more seamless with the rear seat pad, that just makes it maybe not a seat that everyone is going to love. I personally just really like that you can lower it down and have more of a moped feel if you want to. And one tip, if you do want to replace that seat, you will need to buy a seat post as well, because it's not only a custom seat, but also a custom seat post for that seat. All right, with that, let's get into our hill climb test, and we'll see what this bike can do. All right, welcome to our hill climb test. This is the hill that I test out all the electric bikes that I review on the channel. Remember that I have a little bit of extra weight with me today, isn't that right, Lenny? Yeah. And this hill looks so much smaller than it is on the GoPro, so we'll put up a picture as well as the specs. Testing it on throttle alone first, and then I'll do the hill while pedaling. Now, Rad Power Bikes is pretty strict on their less than 750 watts from the motor power to the ground. But if history is any indication, these are still plenty powerful. All right, 16 miles an hour, 15, 14, there's 13. And one thing I didn't talk about during the first person riding footage, you're not even close to ghost pedaling. You can go in 7th gear, be cruising at the top speed of 20 miles per hour and have a slower cadence if you want. So you don't run out of room when it comes to gearing, which is nice. It looks like 13 miles per hour is going to be the minimum speed. Rad display reading 15, GPS reading 14, and we are almost to the top of the hill. So considering this is a 750 watt peak motor, plenty of capability, even if you're just using throttle, but let's see how it does up the hill while pedaling. All right, starting off while pedaling, we got in 1st gear, pedal assist level 1. Now, remember, this being a cadence sensor, as long as I can keep my legs spinning, I'm going to get power from the motor. Going to be a bit of a workout though in pedal assist level 1. Let's go up to 2. A little bit of relief there. Again, I could slow my cadence. As long as they're spinning, we'll get power from the motor. Cruising up at around 5 miles an hour. Let's go to pedal assist level 3. Creeping up a little bit, 6. All right, pedal assist level 4. Climbing a little bit more there, 7. And this is probably where I could shift up to 2nd gear, be able to provide a little bit more human power easily without spinning my legs so fast. Let's go to 3rd gear though. All right, and nice and easy, able to cruise up at 8 miles an hour. Let's go into pedal assist level 5, creeping up in speed to 10 miles an hour. Now remember, on a bike with a throttle, what's nice is if you wanted to just guarantee that you're getting full power from the motor, I could just use the throttle in any pedal assist level and just pedal alongside the bike, but you're only going to save battery by putting in some human effort as well. Back to pedaling, pedal assist level 5, 5th gear, not overly exerting myself, and hitting about the same speed we did with throttle alone, 13 miles an hour, according to the display, 12 on my GPS. All right, we made it, Lenny. With that, let's get into some 3rd-person riding footage. I'll give you my concluding thoughts and the pros and cons on the Rad Power Bikes RadRunner Plus. Rad Power Bikes isn't breaking new ground with the RadRunner Plus. This is more of an improvement on what I'll call a classic and popular design that served the company well. They've added hydraulic disc brakes, an improved display, and some minor touches throughout. Before we get into the considerations, let's talk about what I like. First off, this is unquestionably a fun e-bike. Being able to easily lower the seat and switch to moped mode, if you will, is something you won't find on other utility e-bikes. That unique setup does come at a slight premium though, with the bike being priced at $17.99. The frame design works great for short and taller riders alike. I can still get full leg extension, plus I really enjoy the BMX style handlebars and the nice low standover height. While some brands keep adding advanced features, and yeah, the new RadRunner Max has some of those, so check out that review, this bike stays pretty simple to use. It's also super accessible. Newer riders will feel comfortable without worrying they're short on power. That's even with a 750 watt peak motor. So the simplicity and accessibility will certainly appeal to some folks. And big thanks to Rad Power Bikes for sticking with the twist grip throttle, my personal favorite. The accessories are another highlight. Think of the RadRunner as a platform that you can customize with all these cool add-ons, including a new dual battery option. Just note though, that'll add $748 to the cost. Next for the considerations. First, I'd love a higher weight capacity on the rear rack. At 120 pounds, you're limited to smaller adults or kids back there. That will certainly work for some, but as someone who likes riding with my wife on one e-bike, it's a bit restricting. Next, the 13 amp hour battery feels average. 14 amp hour batteries used to be standard on most Rad Power Bikes models, but they still sell a external 15 amp hour battery. So including a bigger battery, even if it's just a slight increase on the Plus, would help set it apart more from the base model RadRunner. Since the RadRunner Plus is a Class 2 e-bike, some might miss the Class 3 speeds up to 28 miles per hour, like on the RadRunner Max. And while the cadence sensor is fine for some, and I'll add that it's tuned very well, a lot of brands are switching to torque sensors or letting you choose between the two. Also worth mentioning, this is the only RadRunner with a left-mounted kickstand. Both other RadRunner models have dual leg kickstands. I'm on team dual leg kickstand all the way, especially when it comes to utility and cargo e-bikes. If we've helped you with your e-bike purchase decision, do me one quick favor. Use our link in the description or scan the QR code on your screen before buying from Rad Power Bikes. It's free. Thank you so much for your support. Rad Power Bikes is also growing their bike shop network, so you might get to see one in person at a dealer near you. Surprisingly, there aren't many utility or short tail cargo e-bikes under $2,000 that we recommend, but the RadRunners should certainly be on your list if you're considering an e-bike in this category. The RadRunner Plus stands out with the passenger kit included from the start, and I'm happy to see some improvements on this model. Let me know in the comment section, does the middle child, the RadRunner Plus, check your boxes for a utility style e-bike? Would you go with the base model or the RadRunner Max instead? Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I will see you in the next one.